Good morning. This is Mona, and this is my morning view. Today, spring edition 2026, drizzly, rainy. Squirrels attack the bird feeder. You can't see it because the star of the show just decided to stand right in the way of the pile of bird feed and emptied that bird feeder out. All right, you got to keep on moving. There we go. Pile of bird food right there. All right. Today it is wonderful Wednesday, and it is the day that I give God gratitude, thankfulness, and praise for giving me this space here on social media, for giving me a voice. And so each week I want to just thank Him and have gratitude towards that. All right, now, there's lots of things that I thank God for. Lots of things. And just Wednesdays, I give Him thanks for that. Sometimes I give Him thanks for things that are going on throughout the week. It's been a pretty busy week. And so, yeah. And you know what? He keeps me humble. He keeps me humble because I believe it was yesterday, maybe Monday. I don't remember which one I did. But I was talking about exegesis and eisegesis, and I inverted them. And it happens. It happens. So, to make sure that you knew, I put... Oh, no, that was in Facebook that I put the comments in. I didn't put it in the YouTube one, I don't think. So, I may have to go in and do some correction there on YouTube in the comments that, you know, they were reversed. My friend pointed it out to me, and I'm like, I didn't even notice. And I don't even notice if I did it all the way through or if I just did it once. I don't know. So, exegesis, that which is outside of us. Exit, that's how you remember. Exegesis, it's what God's trying to convey to you through His Word. Eisegesis, it's what you're trying to... It's all about I. I am going to try to get what I want it to say. So that's the two terms. The terms themselves, the words themselves are not, that big of a deal. The concept of how you go in to read the Word, how you go to read the Scripture, how you do any type of research is through, am I going to prove my point, or am I open to God to show me what He's trying to tell me? So that's really the gist of that. All right. So today, I already titled it, so I knew what I was going to talk about. I haven't done anything for it, but I knew what I was going to talk about. Because my friend, another friend of mine, and I were talking, and she was asking about what our Mother's Day message is on Mother's Day. Mother's Day is coming up in about 3 weeks. And I was like, yeah, so this is a little early. I'm not doing it the week of Mother's Day. But, it's like, okay, I got this on my head. Might as well go ahead and go for it, right? All right, so the thing of it is how am I supposed to know what he's going to talk about on Mother's Day? Because most churches will pull out Proverbs 31 on Mother's Day. They pull out Proverbs 31, or it's all about moms. This person is not a mom. She's so it's that space of, well, what do you do with the people that aren't moms? For various reasons. Some by choice, some by health issues, some by whatever it is, right? What do you do for them? And so I go, well, I know that at least, this one person always does this like poem or reading or something, and it's directed for all women, and about those that, wanted to be moms and couldn't be moms, and, all the different scenarios, right? And I go, she usually reads that every year. So I could probably venture that she's going to read that again. And I go, I know that in the past they've done like like a little series for the day on women in the Bible in general. But most churches will show up with the Proverbs 31 woman, and a lot of women leave there thinking, man, I can't measure up to the Proverbs 31 woman. I can't. I mean, she does it all. And our spouses expect us to be this Proverbs 31 woman. I mean, yes, I've seen some women that have a lot of these characteristics, but to have all of them, I have not met one yet that has all of them, right? So I'm like, it used to kind of upset me because I'd strive to be this Proverbs 31 woman. And then there was this realization. Gotta pick up the toy. The nasty one, of course. The nasty broken one. And yuck. So, this realization that Proverbs 31 is a type of picture of the bride of Christ. She's the bride of Christ. And I'm going to read it. I'm going to read that portion of it. The wind blew my page. So now I got to try to turn the page. Oh, it's still trying to... Why don't you want to stay there? Okay, so it starts at 10. Verse 10. I got to put on my glasses. See, I'm going to read it because I was somewhat prepared. I brought my Bible out. I'm hoping none of the stuff falls out. None of the stuff falls out. Okay. So, yeah, I brought my Bible out and everything's wet because it rained. Okay, so I brought it out because when I read the word, I really want to say what it's saying. So this is, I think, New King James Version. It's a giant print. That's why I have it. My friends bought me this because they got tired of me reading out the old King James. and during Bible study, and I said, well, it's got giant print. So they bought me a new one. All right. So here goes. Who can find a virtuous wife? For her worth is far above rubies. The heart of her husband safely trusts her. She will have no lack of gain. She does him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeks wool and flax and willingly works with her hands. She is like the merchant ships. She brings her food from afar. She also rises while it is yet night and provides food for her household and a portion of her maidservants. She considers a field and buys it. From her profits she plants a vineyard. She girds herself with strength and strengthens her arms. She perceives that her merchandise is good, and her lamp does not go out by night. She stretches out her hands to the distaff, and her hand holds the spindle. She extends her hand to the poor. Yes, she reaches out her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of snow for her household, for all her household is clothed with scarlet. She makes tapestry for herself. Her clothing is fine linen and purple. Her husband is known in the gates. When he sits among the elders of the land, she makes him linen garments and sells them, and supplies sashes for the merchants. Strength and honor are her clothing. She shall rejoice in the time to come. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and on her tongue is the law of kindness. She watches over the ways of her household, and she does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children rise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. Many daughters have done well, but you excel them all. Charm is deceitful, and beauty is passing, but the woman who fears the Lord shall be praised. This woman takes care of her household. She takes care of her staff. She takes care of her husband, her children. She takes care of the needy. She takes care of the poor. She takes care of everybody. She stays up late at night. She gets up early in the morning. She doesn't eat the bread of idleness. No soap operas for her. All right. Do they even have soap operas still? I don't know. I think they do. I think they do. I think my mother-in-law still tapes hers so that she can watch them. All right. So, you know, it hit me when I talked about that they're clothed in scarlet and linen, or purple and linen. Which one? Wait a minute. Let me get there. I know I smiled when I saw the scarlet. It's right around there. And the household, middle, poor, needy household, scarlet. For all her household is clothed with scarlet. The blood of Christ, scarlet. And there, she's clothed in purple and fine linen. Where's that part? Yeah, so it gets a little hard when I'm trying to see this. Oh, the wind turned the page. I'm looking on the wrong pages because the wind turned it. Yeah, her clothing is fine linen and purple. Her clothing is fine linen and purple. Fine linen, what priests wear. Purple, what royalty wears. We are kings and priests. There's so many things in here that represent the bride of Christ. That represents us. One body. He is the head and we're the body. But in this instance, it's referring to his bride. And who is his bride? The church. The church is his bride. Now, church relatively is not a word that was used then. You know, it's when we say the church, we mean the whole church, all of us, all of the denominations, the Catholic Church, the word Catholic word, a lower C. We say the creed, the Apostles' Creed. The Apostles' Creed. It says Holy Catholic Church, and you know, I used to always skip that word. I'm like, well, I ain't the Catholic Church, but let me tell you, it's a little C, and it really means the whole church is in its unity and its entireness, and so not capital C, Catholic Church. So we are the church. We are his bride. This is not talking about one woman. It's talking about the bride of Christ, which is all of us together. Because what woman can do all that and still stand the next day? And it was like, yes, we are to try to emanate the Psalms 31 woman. We're to be that virtuous woman. Because we are working together in Christ, we can accomplish more. It's not up to one person to do it all. But together, we should be doing this as a church. So, you know, when my friend and I were talking about this, yeah, it's usually the Psalms 31 woman that you know we can never measure up to, and the husbands are like, yeah, get in the kitchen, make me a Sammy, you know, type of response, and it's like, you know, be busy about your business, woman. She didn't want to hear that. She's a little bit progressive. So anyways, yeah, I mean, most women today, in today's world, whether they're Christian or otherwise, probably doesn't take kindly to that phrase, get in the kitchen and make me a sandwich. Basically, I was told that by a friend, and about these, because he didn't agree with these. Well, he also believes in flat earth, so, you know, let's go there for a moment, right? And I'm like, basically, he said I needed to stay in the kitchen and just talk about the weather. So I talked about the weather like every day for years. And those people that have tasted my cooking know I should not be in the kitchen. All right, so I cook for sustenance. I've risen early most of my life. In my older years now, I don't rise as early. I get up about 6-ish. Sometimes a little later, sometimes a little earlier. But, yeah, the early morning rise, I kind of burned that out when I was young. Staying up late. Friday and Saturday nights for my husband and I, when we just want to spend a little bit more time together awake, because we go to bed at 8:30 every single night on work nights. So I don't stay up late, and I'm not going to, and I don't get up early, and I'm not going to, unless God directly tells me I need to, because my physical body needs the rest. And so the Proverbs 31 woman is going farther and farther out of reach, right? So it's like, well, I already had problems that I couldn't, keep up with her, and now there's this, and then to find out, to have this revelation that it's the church. It's a picture of the church and what we should be about as a church. Together, all of us, not our church building, not our community building, but all of us. And I think in some ways, all of us, some are working on this, some are working on that, some are working on that. But if we're all working, and we're working diligently on the portion that we need to work on, as a whole, we're to be the virtuous woman for our groom. So that when he comes back, he's coming back for a church without spot or blemish. No wrinkles, no stains, no stained dress. The church has a lot of stains, but there is a remnant of people in the midst of all the different denominations that stay true to him. And so those that stay true to him, they are the ones that culminate into the virtuous woman. All right, that's all I got for you today. Go over to YouTube, Mona E. Harrison. You'll see my white hair. You'll see my beautiful face. You'll know you're in the right spot. Subscribe. I think it's on this side, but it could be on that side. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and get notifications. Get all the bells and whistles. Like, share, and comment on both Facebook and YouTube, even if you disagree. All right. Blessings, everybody. Have a great day. I will see you tomorrow for Thirsty Thinking Thursday. All right. Bye.